Over the last several weeks, I have been aware of a large universal gate structure coming into view in our solar system, which appears as a massive wheel with spiral spokes coming out from its center hub. It has recently become clear that this architecture is related to the consciousness corridors. This is how beings will be routed into their placements or frequency match for the next cycle. What we are in consent with largely determines which corridor we go through and which timeline we align with moving forward into the next cycle. There is no better position than to be aware that this movement through trans-time is happening and be able to consciously participate with it by intending to move into the most positive and highest expression for yourself and others. As the bifurcation intensifies, many things will be exposed that offer a new opportunity to assess what we are in consent with. It is time to honestly assess what we are aligned with and whether or not we are participating with any individuals, group consciousness, or energetic forces that are aligned to something else, and begin to reconcile the differences. Over the coming months, walls will be coming down that have kept the right hand from seeing what the left hand is doing. There will likely be micro and macro revelations that will make many people very uncomfortable, as they will no longer be able to deny a painful truth now in full view. In the coming months, if someone is faced with new information, which allows them to see that they had been participating in something destructive to humanity without their knowledge, what new choice do they make? Do they align to the law of one and say no more, withdrawing their consent? Or do they make a justification for going along with it for personal gain, moving from unconscious consent into conscious consent? Or are they so confused by the media psyops interfering with people's discernment that they cannot accurately assess what they are in consent with? This month we take a deeper look at consent and its relationship to living in balance with universal law, as well as the chimera effect, recently witnessed in someone living completely outside the law. As we move forward this year, it is very important to understand that planet Earth and her inhabitants are moving through a very turbulent time of collective consciousness transformation. We are undergoing another stage of core magnetic field shifting that radically elevates the magnetic tone resonance that emanates from the inner core of the planet. Because of how the magnetic field resonances connect with our brain's neural net and stations of consciousness, the third-dimensional personality will lose coherence in its linear, logical processing. Therefore, humanity is confronted with the necessity of adapting to the major changes occurring in their world, the modification of how they think, and what they believe to be true. The global brain is changing in relation to radical magnetic anomalies generated from quantum shifts in the spinning rotational axis, which is impacting our brain, thinking, and neurological processing. Drastic magnetic shifts give rise to the sensations of magnetic compression and compaction in matter that are very uncomfortable on the physical body. This year ends a 5-year cycle where windows of opportunity will arise for individuals as well as the collective consciousness to make choices in the direction of their lives that are derived through their creation in the power of consent. In order to effectively take back control over our own mind, body, and spiritual consciousness, we will explore the meaning of consent and the types of consent that are common in human language, as well as how consent is manufactured through deceptive forms of mass manipulation. Consent has direct applicability to the power of universal laws, and it is cleverly mimicked when used in legal context or in the shaping of cultural influences, which often differ greatly to obscure the everyday meaning. We need to be very aware of the engineering approach used in mind control practices that purposely manipulate people out of their informed consent, like the methods used in media-based psychological operations and the related propaganda that is used to get the uninformed public to support ideas and agendas that explicitly benefit the controllers. Now and ongoing, it is of critical importance that we pay attention and are consciously aware of what we are in consent with. When we better understand what we are truly participating with, an informed and aware decision can be made. The global control agenda is designed to usurp the informed consent of the human public. This psychological operation is escalating in more aggressive ways, so that people will be compromised to easily give away their consent. When people easily give away their personal consent to a structure, belief, or another person, it is easy to compromise and interfere with the intrinsic relationship that person has to their own inner soul and spirit. When we give up our rights to have informed consent in what we interact with, we lose our autonomy and even lose rights to own our body. Thus, it is up to us to place emphasis on accepting responsibility in our choices and actions so that we never give up our personal consent to something outside of our own inner spiritual self's direct connection to the Godhead or Source. In this way, we can interact with many different structures in this world, collaborate with other people and in communities, but external things are not given authority over the direction of the higher self and relationship with God. This is what it means to be in this world, but not of this world. Our multidimensional consciousness exists outside of time, and when we are reconnected, we are able to hold witnessing way beyond the control matrix. The relationship with the inner core self and the highest expression of self as connected to the Godhead must be the highest priority in order to retain power over personal consent. This action unleashes the power of consent in universal law, preserving the rights for claiming self-sovereignty and assigning higher authority to the body, while being bombarded with third-dimensional mind control tactics designed to manipulate consent away from all people.